Okay then guys, so we are back with another video and some more F1 2018 videos. Now, you might have seen a lot of these today, and you might have seen a lot of them over the last few months or weeks or whatever, whenever we had some sort of gameplay news, but I thought today I'll bring you another one, a bit of a different one, because today there was 3 different trailers slash gameplay videos that dropped. The first one, everybody did a video about. There have been 2 more that have dropped since then, which no one has talked about, and they were both uploaded to the F1 team's private channels, not to the Formula 1 gaming channel, or on, I've not really seen them on Twitter. They're managed for the Toro Rosso and Force India's Twitter accounts. So if you have missed them, I'm bringing this video to you guys because I thought I was going to make one this morning, but everybody did one and I was out of the house, so I was busy. So I missed out on that opportunity. So instead, I'm going to make a video about these second and third videos that have come out that no one's really spoken about or really talked much about. Now, the same sort of style was the one that was uploaded this morning, but these are a bit more dedicated and only showing off a particular car or driver. In this case, one video is Pierre Gasly in his Toro Rosso around the brand new Paul Ricard circuit, and the other one is Esteban Ocon in his Force India also around the Paul Ricard circuit. Now, in terms of what I want to talk about in this video, it's going to be a bit rambly, off the cuff. We're just going to sort of roll with it. Also, I'm really keen, guys, on your thoughts of all of the videos we've seen today. These 2 videos, you can sort of watch them in the background. I'll leave a link down below into the description also, for you guys to go check them out for yourselves. But yeah, I want your thoughts on the new sort of proper gameplay we've got released today, because we got a few, sneak peeks of it recently. But the video today, which is about 5 minutes long this morning, and then the other 2 videos, which are also around 3 to 5 minutes long as well, is the first sort of proper solid gameplay we've seen of the cars also around a track that isn't Austria or Canada, besides the E3 gameplay. So let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments down below. I'm really curious to see what your thoughts are on F1 2018 thus far, because I'm going to delve into my ones right now. Now, straight away, from what I can see from the gameplay, we take into account also the E3 stuff, which I also made a video of, but if you can check out the card annotation in the top right-hand corner of the screen. I was skeptical in terms of, I could definitely see there's some visual improvements, but this definitely confirms it to me in the videos we've seen today. F1 2018 looks absolutely brilliant this year visually. They've made some really... The base game, you can tell what it looks like for 2017, but it's in the details you can really notice the big difference. So in the contrast, in the shading, the way the light reflects off of objects, also the shine, and all the small details and the way the act naturally bounces off of objects, you can really notice it. The game definitely looks a bit nicer as well in terms of the vibrance. The way they've got the saturation adjusted on the game, a lot more finessed, a lot nicer, darker in areas where it should be darker, and also a bit lighter and a bit more bright and colourful in other areas. So overall, a very good step forward, in my opinion, on the graphics in this year's game. And that is the one major thing that everyone seems to have noticed in the gameplay videos we've had to release today. So really good shots there from Codemasters, and doing a great job of showing off quite a bit more gameplay content than I actually thought, especially in the first video this morning, which was uploaded, which I'll sort of have some clips mixed in with this video. I'm sort of going to do a little mix of everything. So far, all in all, really impressed. Toro Rosso looks absolutely awesome. I've still got that debate of whether I'm going to drive in T-Cam or cockpit, because seeing this gameplay now with the offset T-Cam with the halo, it's not that bad. I could definitely survive with it. So I'm sort of in 2 minds. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm definitely not going to race in cockpit with the halo central stick off, because that's just not me. I like to do things, realistically how they are in real life. So you either race with the T-Cam or you race with the cockpit view with the halo central column enabled. So as you can see, the onboard on Toro Rosso looks absolutely fantastic. Really like it, actually. The camera looks a lot lower this year, something I've noticed. I know also, obviously you can adjust it to your liking, but I also noticed it in the Force India as well, the camera just being a lot lower in the cockpit view, which looks really realistic. And having the halo sort of around you, I guess does add to that sense of immersion. But overall, very positive signs. And also, a little side note, Codemasters has done a great job on the Paul Ricard circuit. It looks absolutely brilliant. I've driven this track before when I did a video a little while back with, I think it was the F1 2017 Ferrari with the halo mod on Assetto Corsa. And my thoughts on the track, as I also mentioned in the podcast lately, are a bit mixed. I think it's a good track, especially if you're hot lapping on. I think you can have a lot of fun in it. It's very unique. There's a lot of runoff areas, a lot of parts of the track that aren't parts of the track that you might get confused with. But overall, if you know the line and you know where you're going, the track is very fun to drive. And I seem to have done a really good job of really getting that lighting and bringing it to life and making it really nice and realistic and vibrant with all the paint on the outside of the runoff areas. And also, I do apologise if you can hear these birds. They're really getting on my nerves now, but I need the window open because it's very warm outside. Anyway, now moving into more gameplay. This time we have the Force India, Esteban Ocon. And once again, very impressive. Car looks absolutely brilliant. I want to say they're Australian spec cars. But in some areas that I can tell, they definitely don't look like it. You can also tell where the cars have been updated. So, for example, one thing I've noticed, and I've mentioned it on Twitter, with the Force India, if you look at the steering wheel, it's still got the 3D white-ish colour steering wheel. They, since the start of the season, have now updated to a fully black steering wheel if you do check any footage from this year's season. So that's something that F1 might have to try and update in their game. But straight away, I sort of picking the drivers' comments a bit from what they said from when they raced it. First of all, fair play to them. The driving's really, really good in this video from those guys, so they seem to have got the grips to the game really fast. The way the car drives looks really, really good. These guys, obviously, they're pretty young guys, Ocon, Gasly, all young drivers, Sainz as well. Grosjean also still relatively young. They've all played video games, especially I know Ocon's a really big video game fan. He plays Gran Turismo a lot, and they seem genuinely happy. I know they can sort of put it on for the video, but they genuinely seemed happy, especially Gasly. He was really impressed with how the game seemed to be performing for him, so that's also a very good encouraging step. Gasly also mentioned about the suspension, saying it felt really realistic. Obviously, I know that's something that co-masters are pushing this year as part of the new game, but apparently it is actually something pretty cool that they've got in the game this year. So I'm looking forward to personally trying it out myself. Those who do have the beta obviously are already experiencing that and trying it out for themselves. So hopefully that is true. I'm looking forward to get my hands on that sometime in August, hopefully, when the game releases. But overall, really, really good positive signs, guys. I'm really happy with the amount of gameplay we've got shown. That's the main thing for me. Love the visuals. Again, looks absolutely spectacular. The Renault looks great. The Force India looks great. The Toro Rosso also looks great. And also, so does the Haas. All those cars looking good. And it's good to see now that the game is sort of showing signs of being polished off and getting towards the final stages. Because, we are in June. Still a good 2 months left to go. But it's good to see also little things that I've noticed. The game looks to be running really well. I'm a sucker for performance, and the 60 frames, I can tell when it's not working right. And in this gameplay and everything we've seen so far, the signs are really, really positive. And from everything I can see, even from the E3 gameplay, even though there was that one game crash, the game looks really well polished this year. Personally, and I know this is what a lot of people are thinking, I think we're getting to a point now where, even me included, I do want to know some stuff about the online gameplay, because I've considered myself maybe doing League Racing Return this year on this year's game, and maybe uploading that to the channel as part of new content. But we're not hearing nothing yet. I get the impression, and I've said this before, I get the impression that they're using the beta this year to pretty much prioritize and only use the beta to try and improve the online aspect of Formula 1 2018. That's my personal opinion. The way I saw tweets from Paul Jewell, especially on Twitter, it definitely seems like that's the sort of avenue they're going for. They're going to try and do lots of online testing with the beta this year, as it has been expanded even more. And we'll see what comes from that in the coming months. But I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it works out okay. But like I said, guys, I want to know your thoughts from everything that we've seen so far, from the gameplay that we've seen. I'm going to now leave you guys with the 2 separate videos in full after this, so you can check those 2 out. Also, I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen the one that I was already this morning, so I'm not going to put it in the video. I will leave it in the description down below if you guys want to check it out. There would have been some clips in this video anyway, with the Renault and the Haas sort of mixed in anyway, but the actual raw, just gameplay video, that will be in the description down below. But anyway, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and a bit of an F1 2018 rambly video, but again, I want to just sort of make my thoughts clear and vent off some steam, because I haven't really got no one to sort of talk to about this at the minute. So I just thought, I'll make a video and get it off my chest. But so far, I'm very impressed. Like I said, the visuals really impressed me, because I thought it looked like a 2017 copy since that Charles Leclerc lap at Monaco. But it turns out they've actually done a lot of work, and I'm actually quite liking the improvements in the visuals. So hopefully, we'll soon also get to see maybe some career mode cutscenes, some people, characters in career mode, to see how the faces have changed maybe. But that will all come in due time. But hopefully, guys, like I said, have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please do slap a like on the video if you're excited for F1 2018. Also, if you're new around here, please do subscribe for daily Formula 1 MotoGP content, guys. Loads of stuff over the summer coming soon, especially once this game drops on the 24th of August. And also do turn notifications so don't miss a single upload from me. And finally, guys, do check out the 2 videos at the end of this video on the end screen annotation if you have missed any of those 2 videos. Other than that, guys, I'm going to leave you now with the raw gameplay and the actual whole videos in themselves if you have missed them. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one very soon. Goodbye.
Hi guys, it's Pierre Gasly. First time playing F1 2018 game on Paul Ricard. Let's go for a few laps. my home race and home track for the season, so yeah, super excited to race there. Raced a couple of times in lower categories, Formula Renault 2 liter, 3.5. Actually won there in 2013, but amazing track. Of course, for me, it brings me back like good memories. Always nice to come back in a place where you've been on the top step of the podium. The track is really technical. Actually, this corner is really typical of Paul Ricard, Le Bossé. It's called like super long right corner which never ends and very difficult for the neck because you've got really high Gs. I think will be around near 5 Gs in these corners for a couple of seconds, so it might be really challenging and physical for us, but that's what we like. So. First sector is quite technical actually, with the first fast chicane, and after coming to turn 3, 4, 5, very low speed, but you can make quite a lot of time and different racing lines as well. Before to come to the double right before the back straight, where we're gonna have main overtaking opportunities at the end of the straight before the chicane with really heavy braking. Then after Signes, flat out, it's gonna be 320, I guess. Then Le Bossé, best corner of Le Castellet, long rides, very challenging, different lines as well there, so it'll be important to try in free practice different things. And last sector is all about carrying the minimum speed. Quite long corners, very important to carry the minimum speed, and last corner before the main straight with second the air zone to close the lap. My first try with the 2018 Formula 1 game, I must say I'm super impressed. I'm a big fan of the game, so I've always played since I was a kid, but every year it keeps getting better. It's amazing, especially with the halo. I mean, it's not easy to reproduce exactly the vision we have inside the car, but it does feel like my car, so they've done a pretty good job. As a team, I think we improved quite a lot the stability on the car, especially on all the entries of medium high-speed corners. The team did a good job to improve our aero package. It's more predictable. It's actually something you can feel also in the game. In terms of balance, I didn't do anything on the setup so far, but it feels already really close to what it is in reality. The car feels really nice. Traction is as tricky as it is on track. Of course, we're close to 1000 horsepower now, so you got to be quite careful the way you apply the throttle on all the exits, especially the low-speed corners. Need to get used to it a little bit, but it feels really close to reality. One of the main improvements this year in the game is based on the suspension. Is something actually you can feel pretty well on curb riding. You feel that you can use the curb a bit more. It's a bit more realistic in terms of feeling and feedback you get from the car, something which makes it even closer to the balance and the behavior we have on track. And something quite cool as well, you can use ERS and manage the energy as you like. Makes a bit more difference between the drivers, and it's also gives you the freedom to play with it either in qualifying or during the races. We've got more or less the same with the different modes we have in the car during the race, so either to recharge the batteries or if you are in the battle to defend or attack. So it's something we use quite a lot depending on the track position during the race. It's quite cool to have similar tools to play with in the game. And the track itself is exactly as I remember it, so I'm gonna be pushing to get the game before the race so I can practice a bit more. You can see I'm improving. I don't speak so much because I'm green in first sector, so the game is so cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Esteban Ocon. I'm going to take you around the Paul Ricard track on Formula 1 2018. So let's go. So there we are, Paul Ricard track, French Grand Prix. An honor to be driving at home. I'm really looking forward to that. Here we are, last corner. Important to get a good exit here. Get the DRS. Perfect. Up through the gears, 8th gear. Very high speed here. Important to brake well here, carry the minimum speed. Bit of curve here. Use as much as you can on the exit. And up through the gears again. Important to push the entry here. Here a tight section, which is now different compared to what I'm used to. Here. Very important to get a good exit again, because a long straight is a flat corner. Important to get the DRS. Longest straight, so overtaking possibilities here at the end of the straight. Braking around this road. Here, to get the good exit. Quite difficult with the traction here, as you've used the tires all the way through the corner. Very, very fast corner here, flat out. And here, one of the best sections of the track, very, very quick on the entry. A lot of grip with those new cars. Difficult corner, that one. It's really, really long, so you never see the exit. As much curve usage as possible. Here we are up to the last two. Should be quite a lot of deg already from there. And last corner, which is very, very tight. Important to get the good exit again. And that was a lap of Paul Ricard. I've been playing video games since I'm a kid. I play with a little steering wheel, and it's always been my routine, you know, was exiting school and I was just playing games there. And I haven't stopped that, basically. Game have evolved massively and getting more and more realistic. And it's still my routine, you know, I'm just going training during the day. And I play, between 1 and 2 hours on the evenings, online or not online. And I just found it, very useful to just keep it up, basically. When you don't have a race weekend, I just keep racing on my own.